Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, people, what's good? You know what it is. Moretime is Moretime, and this right here is a brand new show to the channel. I told you there will be a lot more content on the way, and here it is. This show is called Bristol Street News, and as the title says, we will be going through the latest street news that's happening in the city at the ground level. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and join the Moretime family. Also, if you could slap the like button, it would be very much appreciated. All right, let's get into it. This is episode 2 entitled Turbo Speed. Now, I made this channel mainly to discuss iconic and legendary street level news. And one thing is for certain, when it comes to legendary Bristol things, it doesn't get more iconic than Turbo Island, a place where nitties, alcoholics, down bad drug users, and weary nightclub stragglers come together at 3 in the morning, light a fire, and throw a rave. It's what I like to call a real cultural melting pot of stinking ass. You know what I'm saying? That shit stinks, huh? Legend has it that Turbo Island got its name from a homemade alcoholic beverage called Turbo Cider. You know that shit was slapping, right? Back in the 1800s, maybe even the 1500s, people were drinking that shit, you know what I'm saying? Man like Merlin was drinking that shit, you know? Man like Blackbeard and them man was drinking that kind of beverage, you zimmy. This is levels above White Ace, White Lightning, Frosty Jack, and Diamond White. All those ciders pale in comparison to Turbo Cider. Blackthorn, Strongbow, and Old English ain't got shit on Turbo Cider. You know what I'm saying? Are you mad, cuz? Turbo Cider is a killer, you know what I mean? With that being said, for an area of land to have such a nickname already lets you know the levels of pure fuckery are going around there. You know what I'm saying? Turbo Island has not always been iconic. It comes from humble beginnings. It started out as a Bermuda Triangle of sorts, an abyss of misery, a derelict piece of land for all the bottom feeders and homeless piss-covered heroin users to congregate. Surrounded by all the hustle and bustle of a vibrant, grotty, lovely shithole that is Stokes Croft, Turbo Island stood still as if it were a black hole and all of time and space would slow and cease to exist. I would often walk past or cycle past Turbo Island as a young kid. I knew that in the next 3 seconds that it took to cross Turbo Island, things would be very uncertain. You know what I'm saying? You could witness anything. You know what I mean? From passed out addicts to old prostitutes kicking about the carcass of a dead, maggot riddled pigeon. You know what I'm saying? Anything and everything was a possibility. But as time passed through the 90s, the noughties to 2010 and onwards, the council have tried various ways of cleaning up Turbo Island, relaying tarmac or putting down concrete more times than I can remember, and nothing could kill Turbo Island. It has since blossomed into what it is today, and it has come a long way from what it used to be. Now, lots of middle class muppets and arty farty wankers depend on Turbo Island for survival. I'm sure in time it will become a national heritage site in the years to come. Or will it? This is where Bristol Street News begins because an anonymous buyer has bought Turbo Island and the community are trying to uncover who this buyer of land is. I've heard that it sold for around £100,000. The local community have tried many times to save Turbo Island over the years to make it a place the council cannot destroy. But as far as I know, nothing's worked so far. Obviously, now that Turbo Island has been bought, who knows what's gonna happen? I mean, if I bought Turbo Island, you know what I mean, I'd probably just make some apartment buildings, you know what I'm saying? Make that shit extra grotty, let that shit fit in with Stokes Croft. We're not trying to change too much on Stokes Croft, you know what I'm saying? We want to keep it authentic, keep it in its natural, crusty form, you know what I'm saying? We don't want that being turned into some major high street and all that. We don't want that. As for what the buyer's gonna do, yeah, he's probably gonna do the same thing. He's probably gonna put, you know what I mean, a couple flats in there, the building could be made, like the size of the building you can make in that space, even though it appears small, because you can build up high. You know what I mean? You could add levels to the building. They're more than likely just gonna do that. But I would love it if the buyer was just some random rich yuppie who fucking, you know what I mean, some rich middle class hippie wanker, and they just keep it the way it is. Yeah, I'd love that. You know what I mean? We got to keep Turbo Island, Turbo Island. You know what I mean? So it's a big mystery. I'm sure that we'll find out soon who bought Turbo Island and what they're gonna do with it. And when that time comes, I will make another video. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know whether they're gonna buy it, sell it to someone else, some sort of developer. You know what I mean? I'd slap a nightclub there. We need more nightclubs in Bristol. You know what I'm saying? They've been taking away nightclub after nightclub. You know what I mean? Bristol's just getting less and less of a vibe. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's something along them lines, a restaurant, you know what I mean, with a bar, you know what I mean? Make it something for the people, innit? Keep Turbo Island for the people, not the government and the council and them man there. Them man can do one, innit? You know what I mean? Whatever happens, more than likely there's still gonna be a fire going on there, you know what I'm saying? Even if they do make it into apartments, people will remember that as being the place you start a fire, get smashed, and throw a rave. You know what I mean? But with that being said, we've come to the end of this episode of Bristol Street News. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, let us know. Or if you have some Bristol Street News of your own that you want me to discuss, hit us up in the comments and we'll forward you our email. But thanks again for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel to help us grow and reach our targets. More time is more time. This is Bristol Street News episode 2. Salute. I'm out of here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?